Hi everybody, Tim from LogiSense here, and in this video we're going to take a look at creating reports inside of the system. So this is going to start by creating and taking a look at data sources, how we can even make things into charts and graphs. It can be used in dashboards, and just in general looking at how we can pull together some reports inside of the system. So let's jump into the software here, and we'll first go into the operations area around data management, because we want to start by taking a look at where everything originates from a data source, being able to display that information in a chart or a report inside of the system. So here we can see we have a bunch of different views of the data inside of the billing system, whether that's account information, sales information, accounting information, balance information, invoices, product catalogs, all sorts of different ways that we're able to take a look at the information inside of the system here. So we can see all the different fields that are being brought back from these different views. So usually there's a lot of different views and joins that are put together to be able to create this. We can see whether it's strings, are they numbers, what are the different types that are inside there. We can also mark whether or not these are going to be groupable items so that we can show them in a chart, like a pie chart. And we can edit any of that different information. Is it right aligned? Is it left aligned? How are we going to set up those different fields inside of the system? So we can customize it right at the data source level itself, and can even create new data sources inside of the system to create unique views of the data within inside of billing. Now, the next step that we're going to take a look at is how do we create reports off of these data sources? So we're going to go over into the reports section. So in our reports section, we have a bunch of different categories in here. You can create your own folders, create new different views and different reports yourself inside of the system. You can export out reports, you can import in reports, you can clone different reports and make some changes on them. So there's lots of different ways that you can edit and slice and dice and view that information. So as an example here, we're going to take a look at an aged balance report. So in this case, we've got a report, we can give it whatever name that we want. And then we can also specify which data source that we're going to populate this report from. So this is going to be one of those different data sources that we saw earlier on. Now within here, I'm able to then add all the different fields that I want to in this report. So I can choose to add some of the fields, not add some of the different fields. I can go ahead and I can edit any of those. I can say, what do I want them to have a header onto this column? What are the names? How I'm going to align it? What's the width in DPI that I want to see for those different columns inside of the system? Order them, arrange them around in here however I want to be able to organize that report. Now, one of the things that I might want to do inside of here as well is create different filters. So maybe I've got reports based by account or reports based by a certain period. So I can create different filters on these reports as well. So I can choose one of the different fields that I want in the system, and depending whether it's a string field or a numeric field, I'm going to get a set of different operators I can do. So in this case, it's a numeric one. Is it less than? Is it greater than? Is it in between? Or in a case I'm looking at an account name, now I'm going to see, does it contains, does it match, does it begin with, does it end with? And I'm able to create these different filters, make them a required filter where you have to put that information in before the report runs. And you can filter this information in multiple different ways that you want, creating all sorts of different and criterias on how you want the data sorted inside of that view. So we're able to set up the fields that we want to see inside there, also the filters and how we want to actually segment that data up. And then we get into taking a look at how we're going to lay it out. Is it a landscape? Is it portrait? What is the name of the report that we're going to have as a title on the very top? And we can even get into things like, are we going to use charts inside there? We're going to drive this to be a chart. Is it going to be a pie chart? Is it going to be a line chart? What are the different data series inside of this that are going to populate those different areas? So I can create all those different types of variations on how I might want to generate chart data off of this report as well. So I'm just going to cancel out that for a second here, and we'll take a look at the styles themselves as well. So other things I can set in here, you're going to have your font styles, your headings, different general things that your look and feel, and you're able to be able to see a preview of the data that you want inside of the report itself as well. And this is all allowing you to be able to zoom in and view any of the different information that's watermarked as a preview. If you're going to run this report, you can go ahead and actually execute it to be able to see the live data in there, refresh and see your data, and we can see the information in here from this aged balance report, seeing what's in there from a 1 to 29 days, 120 days plus, any of the different ways that we've sliced and diced the data inside of this view. Now, if I want to export this into a CSV or save it down as a PDF, I can click my export button and being able to export those out of the system as well. So that's a quick view into how you're able to configure, set up, and run reports inside of LogiSense Billing. Thanks a lot for joining, and we hope to see you in other videos in this series.